Already. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thank you. Good audience got here today. All righty. Let's get started by meeting our first guest now. She's an amateur magician. She says that she uses her magic tricks to meet men, refuses to pay even half on a date, and she claims that most men today lie to women. Please welcome Wanda Phillips. Hi, Wanda. Welcome back. Have a seat. Well, men lie. Gee, what do they lie about?
You have an hour? Let's see.
No, we only have a half hour, and it's not that long with you, but...
Well, they'll tell me, oh, Wanda, you're the one and only, and then, I'll do some checking. I found out they're going up the whole student body of a big university. They'll tell me that they've got this great job where, they're a CEO, and I find out they're at the unemployment line every morning. That kind of stuff.
So the things that would impress you.
Yes.
And hopefully provide some close and personal contact.
Yes, but it never does.
Never works.
No.
Because you...
See, I'm a magician. I deal in magic and hoodwinking people. You've got to be
Somebody's going to put a trick over on you.
That's right.
Let's bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday. We showed the audience Wanda's three choices. They voted on which one they thought would be best for her, and we're going to take a look and catch you up today. First, there was Harlem. He says that he meets a lot of women in movie theaters. Are you alone? And Frank avoids women who want to spend all his money. And Justin considers his dates intelligent if they tell him who Dan Quayle is.
Justin's the winner.
Audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get that a little later. Right now, Wanda's going to remind us who she chose.
I picked Justin.
Justin is backstage. Hello, Justin Mitchell. Hi, Justin. How you doing, Chuck? Just fine. Make yourself at home back here.
Justin.
Okay. Thank you.
I give you Justin.
Well, I called Justin up on the phone, and the image that I got was that he was a very low-key, laid-back, Midwestern type of guy. And I also got the impression that he really wasn't that thrilled to go out on the Love Connection date. And then, I said goodbye, and then I called him again once I had firmed up the plans, and then his attitude had kind of changed. He was saying, oh, I want to go out on a date, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And I go, hold it, Justin. I'm the one who's supposed to be planning the date. You just hang loose, and I'll take care of everything.
Well, wasn't it better that he was excited?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. What do you remember from the phone conversation, Justin?
She sounds like
I remember thinking, what a snot. I mean, we had absolutely nothing in common. I mentioned that I like sports. She said she thought sports was a silly man's game. And I mentioned that I like adventure movies, but she said she liked documentaries. Yeah. So we really had nothing much in common.
It was just kind of at odds right away, huh?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
He's really not the type of man that I would really waste my time going out with on a date ordinarily.
Chuck, she thinks that all men that's been in the military are boring. I don't happen to agree. Men and been military, served the country. Hey, we're the best in the world.
So I suppose you finally got together.
Well, I had of the date, I had called Justin and I gave him our destination, which was the Magic Castle, and I offered to pick him up, and he declined.
Houdini and Wanda at it again. So you meet up there.
So, well, we met up there. I had told him that our reservations for dinner were at 6:30. He should be there at 6, a little bit early. And so I was there at 6, and I waited till 6:30, and no Justin. And so since I had already made the reservations, I went upstairs and I started eating. And I had gone through the salad bar twice and halfway finished my prime rib, and then Justin, saunters in at about 7:30. And that really annoyed me.
That is a little late, Justin.
Chuck, I asked Wanda for the directions to the place, and she said she wasn't very good at giving directions, so she gave me the phone number to the place and had me call them for the directions.
Right.
I called them, and they gave me the wrong directions altogether. I spent half of the time wandering around trying to find out where the place was at, and by the time I got there, she had such a major attitude, I could see that the date wasn't going anywhere.
So you think you know Wix. Do you really?
Interesting one.
It is.
This is a really interesting one because she came out saying she refuses to pay half of any date. She had a chip on her shoulder, huge. She hated everything. She hated life from the minute she came out on the stage. So I don't know what she was wanting, but he had a nice chill vibe, which is why I thought he would be good for her, but clearly not. She was just insulting it.
She was a like, she's like, when she came out, the first thing I thought is she's like a modern LA, very modern woman, style definitely came across. And then that hair just kind of set it all, big, wild,
Yeah.
untamed. And then, and then she's just not a nice woman. Yeah, she's
No,
just
she
not
hasn't got a
pleasant.
nice energy about her. She's got everything is hard work. Like everything is hard work.
She has a very entitled attitude and
That's the
very superiority complex.
Yeah. He gave up before he even got there.
Well, when I saw he was a security guard, I'm like, security guard isn't like that's not really her jive. Like, she needs more of a modern type metro man. Here we go.
I didn't think she was attractive as she thinks she is.
Anyway,
Chuck,
Justin walked in.
Nice attitude, Wanda.
He said that I was beautiful, and he was absolutely speechless. I said, Justin, go to the salad bar.
What did I say when you woke up?
You're right. The whole date evidently was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, now what happened after dinner?
So I kind of shooed him off to the salad bar, and it took him forever to get a salad, and then he kind of rushed through his food, and then we went to see the shows.
Uh-huh.
We went to 4 shows, and since my friends were performing at all 4 shows, they went and they brought Justin up on stage for every show.
Did you enjoy that?
Not particularly.
I was like,
I came there to be entertained also, and I spent most of my time on the stage being blindfolded, having strangers play with my legs. Ended up with a bucket on my head, thank you.
A what?
A bucket on my head. So I didn't find that too enjoyable.
It was really very entertaining.
I'm sure it was for you, Wanda. I'm sure it was.
They just kind of take advantage of his discomfort.
Well, yes, I don't know. That was the act, and Justin was in the act.
Well, now what happened after the show?
Well, then I suggested to Justin that perhaps, we could go to the body shop, because for the second part of the date, that can be kind of interesting after the Magic Castle.
What's the body shop?
It's a burlesque show, and on Mondays, which is the night we had our date, they have amateur hour where the housewives get up there and strip, and I thought I would like to see that.
A burlesque show is not a place for a date to go on. If you're 18 and you're going out with the guys and stuff, it's okay. But for grown people, no.
Boy. Well, let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Maybe they know something we don't know. They thought Justin was a great choice, 61%. They picked Justin.
Audience has great taste.
Want to talk about this?
What?
That's what I thought.
No way.
No. Justin, sorry things didn't work out.
Hey, I had a great time, though, Chuck.
Thanks for coming on the show. And maybe we'll see you under better circumstances.
Okay.
And I guess it didn't go any better for you, Wanda, so I'm sorry. I apologize, but it wasn't my fault. I still apologize. Maybe we'll see you again. Thanks, son. And we're going to come right back with another couple right after this.
He's all bougie nouveau. She's all right.
We're going to meet our next guest. She enjoys dancing
Her hair
baseball,
just
having
could've
lunch
been
at the
done.
airport. She says that she loves men in uniform, and she thinks that the...
My bad. What were you saying?
No, her hair should have been done, but I forget the era that we're in, because now I've got this hairdo here, which is the perm with the hairspray fringe and
that
the
was
bob straight across, straight. Like you could put a leveling ruler on that and it would be straight.
perfectly straight. Well, with hairspray in it, it's perfectly straight.
First thing men notice about her is her hair. Please welcome Chrissy Brown.
There you go.
How are you? So now, the first thing you notice is your hair. Why is that, you think?
Well, I'm told I have big hair.
You do have
So,
kind of big hair.
Yeah, big right here.
Mhm.
So it stands out, and some men will come up and they compliment it first, And I like to maybe pat it and touch it, you
Touch
know?
it.
And then it still goes on from there because you start talking and then.
Sure, you have somebody touch your hair.
Yeah.
You're in business.
Yeah.
What about uniforms? A lot of women say that uniforms are attractive on men.
I like sporting uniforms, particularly like baseball.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't have to be pro baseball. It could be like the Sunday afternoon baseball. Because those double knit pants just look really good on men. They're
Skiing
tight.
would be a good thing for you to get into.
Yeah, but baseball is even better. Skiing.
Well,
Anyway, but I like baseball. And plus, too, when they start playing and then they get a little dirty and sweaty. And I don't know. I just think it's kind of.
you like that?
Yeah.
We have a little time here to investigate this. First, we're going to take a look at the men that Chrissy had to choose from. Remember, you're going to pick the man that you think's best for it. Here we go. First, there's Christopher. His interests include writing poetry and playing saxophone. Describes himself as a knight in shining armor, and he admits that he's pretty shy when it comes to meeting women. And here's how his father tried to cure that problem.
We would go into like a store, and he'd see a good-looking cashier, right? And he would wait till he got up there, and he would say, "Oh, and this is my son, Chris. Would you like to go out on a date with him?" Just out of the blue, you know, he would get her name and say, "Oh yeah, this is my son, Chris. He likes to go on a date." And I would just sit there, and I was just like, "Dad, what are you doing? I can't believe this."
Next, there's Todd. He describes himself as logical, efficient, and mellow. He enjoys volleyball and bonfires. There's a Quinella for you. He prefers dating a woman who's playful, honest, and over 5'7". And here's why he doesn't ask many women out.
If I was honest, you know, fear of being rejected, and not quite sure know what to say, feeling stupid, you know, going up there, feeling like they know I'm going up there because I'm picking up on them or because I'm attracted to them.
And finally, Chris is originally from Cleveland. Never invite a woman home to dinner because he admits he's a hideous cook. And Chris told us about the time he borrowed his father's new car for a date.
He's going to pick this guy.
I had no idea how to drive it or what buttons did what. And we got in the thing and did okay in the beginning, but then everyone started flashing their bright lights at me. And I was like, I don't know why to do this. And she was getting like, Chris, why is everyone doing that? I was like, I don't know. And then so I'm trying to get the brights and the windshield wipers go on. And I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Okay. Those are the three men Chrissy had to choose from. Time for you to, who do you think would be the best man for her? That's your choice now.
They're all very vanilla.
We'll take a break. When we
like
come back, we'll meet the man that
more
Chrissy
than
selected.
vanilla.
Hear
They're
everything
like
that happened on that date.
rich
Do that
vanilla or
in
something.
2 and 2. Be right back up.
Put me to sleep.
I know, right? That's what I was even like.
You could put all three.
With the
of them
new
together
text-to-image
and that
feature
would
in
be vanilla.
Photoshop, I can make this promo starting.
You could what now?
I said you could put all three of them together and that would be vanilla. Like they're all just extra vanilla.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I was
spicy.
so bored just then. I was like, okay, so your dad's setting you up. You're an exercise counselor and you're shy.
I know, right? Boring as fuck. I couldn't turn on my headlights. Oh,
my goodness. Oh, the white person. Oh. Who'd she pick?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I told you.
That'll be fun. All right. They haven't seen each other since today. Say hello to Chris Marshall. Hi, Chris. Hey, Chuck. How you doing? Thanks for home back there. And here we go. Tell me about it.
Okay, well, I went down to his house and.
You sound like a couple of Mattel dolls, though. The Chris and Chrissy set, don't they? All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I went down to his house and I brought him a bunch of balloons in these wonderful Love Connection colors. And
These are kind of nice.
yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
kind of bright.
Mm.
And so I went down there, and when he first opened the door, I thought he was really cute. He's really tall, which is nice to go out with someone tall for once.
Uh-huh.
And he just had sparkly blue eyes and a big smile, and he just looked like a grown-up boy.
So this was good.
Yeah.
What's first thing you noticed
Her
about
fucking
Chrissy?
hair is killing.
Well, as soon as she came in the door, she's got really pretty eyes. And take a look. They really are nice. And she's got a really cute face, and I liked her hair a lot, so I was pretty happy, Chuck.
Good hair, good eyes, and a face.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, first you got to rinse all that hairspray out your hair. Then
So then I went into his place, and he had set out this really nice mini picnic in his living room. And it was really cute, yeah.
Oh.
And he also had a yellow rose for me. And he didn't know it, but that was my favorite color, rose. And he didn't believe me, so then he called my mom up to confirm this.
You did?
Yeah. And so then
mom's
him and my mom
first
started
date?
to chat for a while. So I cut.
What did you all talk
Vanilla.
about?
Well, I really didn't think. I thought she was just being nice and saying, yellow was her favorite. So I said, let's call your mom and see. And we just started talking. And next thing you know, I found out that she really likes McDonald's a lot.
She likes McDonald's?
Yeah, and
he didn't take you to McDonald's for dinner.
Well,
he did?
Yeah, we did.
Did he really?
Yeah, and we were motivated to cook. So we said, well, let's just go to McDonald's. And I think her mom was a good suggestion. I love that place.
Look at a Happy
You're
Meal.
the first couple I think we've ever had on this show that went to McDonald's on purpose anyway.
And
my boy.
That's great. Good.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe my mom had said that, but
But
I'm
you were
like,
probably glad if you like McDonald's.
well, it's kind of fun. So I just thought, well, why not? Let's go. So
Well, now, did you drive
she-
through?
she-
Did you drive through, or did you actually dine?
We
No,
went to the
we
drive-thru.
drive-thru.
I mean, we had to play it to the cheapest, But it was fun.
Yeah.
She was great. Great attitude with it all, too.
Okay.
So yeah, we went back to his place after the drive-through, and I had a Happy Meal, and he had some Big Macs.
Happy Meal's the one that comes in that NFL helmet or something, isn't it?
No, you get in the box and have the games on it, and then there's a prize.
She was playing the games, too.
Yeah.
Happy Meal. Okay. So now what happens?
So then we decided to go dancing. So then Chris is kind of the shy and reserved type, romantically, I'd say. But so when we're dancing and we'd be walking, and then finally he held my hand, and that was nice. And then I could tell that
So he's warming
was
up.
going good.
Warming up a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you always this reserved, or are you just scared to death?
Well, I have 4 younger sisters, and when I go out on a date, I want to treat that girl the same way I want my sisters treated. So it's true.
That's very well put, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I like that. Yeah,
I do too. Yeah. So then we got to slow dance, and it was nice because then we got to be up, next to each other.
Sure,
and
I
it was,
understand how that works. Now, are you still making little moves and advances?
well, I didn't think so.
I just asked. I didn't know you did it earlier. Yeah. So now, with your sisters in mind, does this lead to anything more romantic, or is it just kind of very nice, Chrissy?
Well, when you slow dancing, it is more romantic.
It is.
I think the sisters won out because I did take the conservative route again.
You took the conservative route
I
again.
did, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's all right. It's all right. Well, how'd the date end?
So then we drove back to his place. So I went in, and then we, did whatever. And then I talked. Well, I went to the bathroom.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
So then we just talked for a few minutes, and then he did go in for the kiss. So.
Oh, he did? Is this a major kiss or a minor kiss?
It was in between. It wasn't a real quick minor.
It was friendly.
It was nice.
It was friendly. I thought it was appropriate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you, okay? Let's see. They picked Chris 68%. Huge percent. Voting this week has been by enormous numbers. Interesting enough. So, of course, if you want another date with him, we'll pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all right with you, Chris?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, come on out. Have a seat. He's a great big guy, isn't he? Gee, man. Good Lord. Yeah. Well, we enjoyed having you on the show. Thanks very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
couple, aren't they? They are a nice looking couple. I hope you continue to enjoy yourself and stay in touch. We're going to come right back with another guest. Stay with us.
I think they're just going to intro another group or another.
That was boring. That was so boring, that one.
That was fucking snooze as fuck.
As if you'd bring up thinking about your sisters, like when you're on a date. It's like, I think about my sisters. Yeah, okay. Well, then you're not going to do anything, that's for sure.
I bought her a Happy Meal, so she probably likes the toy like my little sister.
My 3 younger sisters.
Exactly. Well, I know how to treat a lady.
I buy her toys and McDonald's.
Toys, Yeah, that was pretty fucking boring as fuck. She seemed like a sweet person. You know, that shit was annoying.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection. Our next guest is originally from Orlando, Florida. She's spending the summer abroad studying in Paris. She admits that the men that she meets at school are great to look at, but she says that these guys are more vain than any woman she's ever met. Please welcome Melanie Lentz.
Mad, look how conservative they were back in the day. But compared to now, that's not a really conservative.
Your little hand's shaking. You're trembling.
I'm so
Well, there's
scared.
nothing. I'm not gonna do anything to you. I'll just hold your hand. Okay.
Okay.
This will be fun. Oh, stop. Tell me about some of these guys and their vanity. How vain are they?
They're really vain. It's really funny. I have this convertible, and they like freak out. They're like, "Oh, my hair will get so messy if I drive around, you know. So put the top on, Mel." You know, I'm like, I don't even care.
Sure.
And also, like, I'll call them up and I'll be like, "So what are you doing tonight?" And
You said what?
Look at her hair. It's like this nest. It's not. She hasn't done it. Like it's just happened, and she slept face down, and that's what woke up in the morning. The other one at least hairsprayed it into place.
Yeah, I don't even know these big perms from back in the day. I remember all these ladies getting perms and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I'm putting on a mud mask," you know, and they sit
come
there.
on, really?
I swear.
How old are these guys?
They're like 22, 23.
Putting on mud masks?
Yeah, and they have like the whole Clinique beauty center thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have that. It's
Well, you
really
settle
bizarre.
right down, Melanie. I can tell you that. I can let go of your hand now. You're fine. So I think you wouldn't want to date these guys.
No, actually, I would like to date these guys.
Well, what's that all about?
Well, they're gorgeous, you know, and you look really good with them, you know, walking in with these like drop dead guys with blue eyes like yours. But they just don't seem to like ask you out. It's really like interesting.
We're going to take a look at the tapes that Melanie saw. Remember, you're going to vote again. First, there's Russ. Now, Russ recently moved here from Dallas, and some of his favorite activities are watching the nightly news and shopping for what he calls killer clothing. Doesn't like to take women to the movies on a first date. Here's what he told us. Or this is what he...
A lot of times when you go to the theater, you get so involved in the movie. If it's a depressing ending, you know, there's your night. You're all depressed.